Yes, you could be sitting in the Hall of Fame and the world would know your name. Good evening and welcome to Personality Profile here on Joy 99.7 FM. It's a Thursday evening as usual, and we bring you very inspirational stories from people who are doing amazing things and stories that will inspire you as well. And that's why we're here this evening, and I'm very sure that you'll be inspired by our story this evening. The story of an amazing woman, young woman who is doing great things and who actually has charted a path that many generations will follow. Yeah, welcome along. I'm Lexis Bill. This video is live on our Facebook page. You can go check it out and share it with your friends and family and let them know about this conversation that we are about to have. In fact, so I think somewhere earlier this week, my program's director, Adam Naite, was strolling on the streets of LinkedIn and came across the profile of this woman I'm about to interview. So she hit me up and says, Lexis, I think this woman needs to be on Personality Profile. And I agreed with Edna Frimpong that, look, this is a very wonderful story. After probably going through her profile for a little bit, I came across the aftermath of the launch of a book called The Shoemakergurl. And I thought it was quite interesting. I'm yet to read the book, but before I even read the book, I thought, no, let's speak with this lady and find out a little bit more about this Shoemakergurl, who's an award-winning entrepreneur. In fact, her name is the Shoemakergurl as well. But how is she thriving in a male-dominated shoemaking industry? She's the co-founder of Ahofade, if I got the name right. A fashion brand here in Ghana. She holds a BA in communication with a focus on public relations, and when she's not making shoes, she says she loves to share her experiences to help build the younger generation. Isn't that kind of her? Her name is Edna Frimpong, and a lot of people know her as the Shoemakergurl.
Yes.
Hello, Shine.
Hi, Lexis. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, I'm so happy to meet you personally because, I'm only gathering bits and pieces of your story from what I'm seeing on social media, and I just thought that probably there's a lot more to why you decide to even write a book, and call it what? The Shoemakergurl. I see. Anyway, congratulations. I think it's a wonderful feat.
Thank you.
And I saw the pictures from the event. It was last week, was it?
Yes.
Last weekend.
Saturday.
It was on Saturday.
Yeah.
That's when you launched the book.
Yes.
How was it?
It was an amazing feeling. God was glorified on that day.
Hallelujah.
Yes, He was. And the people, so from the review, someone like a young girl like you launching a book and having the place full and everybody getting a copy of the book, it's a blessing.
Yeah.
And I don't take it for granted.
So I'm wondering, was writing a book like a business decision because you want to, of course, diversify, make more money on the author side of things, or what?
First of all, Lexis, I think we don't have to be old before we can write a book. In our generation, unless you are 60, 70, 50 before you start writing your experiences.
Yeah.
But I think that people, the youth, the young people also have something to share. If we are not only meant for TikToks or the other platform, we are also meant to share experiences, contribute our advice to whatever happens in society. So like, I have been through a lot, even though I'm young.
Yeah.
I can also share my experiences, so how I'm thriving in this dominating industry, and also how I was able to leverage on platform like LinkedIn to build a brand. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
And so let me share it.
No, I see you have like a massive following on LinkedIn, actually. And a lot of people were excited about, you writing a book and putting your story out there. And I totally agree with you that, young people need to also catalog their experiences and what they're going through. And you decided to do yours now and call it the Shoemakergurl.
Yes.
Oh, boy. Anyway. I mean, I'd love to know the story, but let me get to know you a bit more.
Sure.
And I must say you're looking good. I mean, in fact, you told me it was a brother who made this
Yeah,
outfit.
so it's from Ahofade.
Oh, okay.
And the shoes as well. So we made them. We have young people who have the skill, shoemaking, making our dresses.
Yeah.
And so we brought them together. So
Yeah.
why don't we make this, and at least we are solving unemployment.
Yeah.
At the same time, we're also helping contribute to the GDP of the country.
Hallelujah, somebody.
Amen.
Yeah, that's what I totally love it. I love the passion with which you talk about what you do and all of that. But let's get to know you.
Sure.
Where are you from? Who are you?
So I think I was born in Kumasi.
Oh, yeah, Santini.
Yeah, Miuchini Pa.
And Juchiti.
Metichi no ba enye bebre ma metichi meka chi.
Enye bebre say nya kan fine.
I was born in Kumasi, but I was raised in Accra, so I'm a Accra city girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. And what were your parents into?
So my dad is a professional shoemaker.
Oh.
And I grew up with him. I stay with my dad throughout my life.
Okay.
So I think, when your mom sells bread, definitely you know how to do the bread too. So yeah. I stay with my dad throughout my life. And so I got to learn the shoemaking from him. And I'm the first child of him. And the third
how
of
many
my...
siblings do you have?
So my mom's side, I think we're 11 or 12.
Oh.
Yeah. And I think I'm the first daughter. And my father, I'm the...
Yeah, now I need to even piece it together like that. Third, first daughter, 12 minus
And the
7.
father side, I'm the first child,
Okay.
daughter. So at least, I think I still have the first...
But they're not together.
Exactly.
At what age did they separate?
So, my dad took me when I was 2 years. So I stayed with my dad throughout my life.
So you've not had your mother in the home since you're...
No. I never experienced that model kind of family home.
Yeah, where there's a mother and there's a father. It was always your dad.
Dad, yes.
How was he able to play the mother role? Was he able to even?
So fortunately, he got married. I mean, real married. But
Okay.
unfortunately, my stepmom is late also.
Okay.
And so then he moved me to stay with people. So I had to stay with auntie, stay with this. So I had to stay with people like that. Like, it was fun.
Wait, hold up. I'm sorry I'm getting into it because it's a very interesting dynamic. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I'm not used to that. So I didn't know. I can't relate. Do you get what I mean? And that's why I'm quite curious. So, interesting stuff. I mean, guys, I know we'll talk about shoes, but I want to understand the family dynamic.
Sure.
So how many children on your father's side are you? You said you were the first daughter from
of
your
3
father.
kids.
Of 3?
Yeah.
So you had 2 younger siblings?
Exactly.
Did you move around the aunties with them, or they stayed with your
I
father?
moved around and they were staying.
With your father?
Yeah.
And he was handling that alone, even after,
Exactly.
your stepmom passed?
Exactly.
Okay. Do you think your upbringing would have been a lot different if your mother was in the picture?
Absolutely true. But, God have ways of doing his own things.
Yeah.
Maybe. So they say if you don't like something, you try and look for something that you like and model that. So I realized that the family I was coming from, I didn't like the dynamic. And so God took me out from there. Stay with this man, stay with this woman. They have a family, kids. And so you could model, because one day you'll be a mother. So if I don't take you out, so you go and learn all these things, it will affect you. And surely it was affecting me. My
How?
stepmom was having a son. And you see how they click, mother, son.
Yeah.
And I wasn't having mother, my father. Fathers are quite different.
Yeah.
And so when I was growing up, when I see anybody so close to their mom, I get pissed off easily.
Oh, really?
Yeah, until when I started writing the book and I had to heal from all those. So it was a therapeutic
So
moment.
it actually caused a scar.
Exactly.
Sort of.
So even my steps and my brother, anytime you get close to the mom's like, oh gosh. Then it's so annoying, but yeah.
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 No, this is very interesting.
Yeah.
How do you think your father fared without the mother figure in the home?
Because he married, and the woman was a good woman, so it didn't really affect me. I didn't have a bad stepmom like that. She was a good woman.
Yeah, I'm concerned about your father, and I'm saying that. So after she passed as well, he now was alone again.
Yeah, he was alone again.
And how do you think he coped without the woman in the house?
Well, I think I have to interview him on that. But then he, yes, but he did what he can.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can do it all, and I can't blame him. One value I have is responsibility. I take responsibility of my life. I can't blame anybody.
Yeah. So there certainly should be some positives of being raised by only a father.
Yeah.
Tell me, what could it be?
Discipline. When my dad sees me playing around and he's coming, he will not talk, but the way he will eye you, you go and take your book and learn. And so I always attribute my academic excellence to my dad and me fearing God. I always say if my dad never gave me anything at all, he gave me Christ.
Wow.
Because that has carried me through all the journey. He never gave me house, he never gave me cars, nothing, but he just gave me God. And I appreciate that.
Wow. Now, that's a very valuable lesson and a very valuable thing to keep for your life. in fact, I'm inspired already. We've never even talked about we've never even talked about the shoes yet, But I love to learn from people's backgrounds, and that's really why I decided to probe a little bit.
Sure.
I'm also honored to know that writing the book was therapeutic from
Exactly.
that part of your life. Because I'm not sure when you were growing up, you really even thought that there was a gap.
No,
Or did you?
I never thought about that until when I was writing it. So I wanted someone to write the book for me, and my friend was like, "No, write it yourself because it's your story. You can tell it better." So I think when I got to the family background, because there was a lot that happened there. Mother is not there and all that, and I just reconnected with my mom, not physically, but just on hello, hello, hi, hi. You could still feel, even now, even today, she called. You still don't get the vibe, and I'm trying working on that. Yeah.
Oh, so you were in touch with her?
Yeah, I get in touch with her every day on phone.
On phone?
Yeah.
And you still feel there's something
Oh
missing?
yes. You see, the thing I lost in my childhood days.
Yeah.
I think I'm missing it now.
Wow. Do you think she feels the same way?
Definitely, he feels that. Maybe I'm not doing well. I have to go and visit.
Yeah, I think you should.
I have to.
If there's anything that I'm going to follow up after this conversation, is whether you're actually going to visit mom and probably connect and all of that.
Sure, I will.
Would you have wished they were together?
Sure.
You would have. Great. Okay. Now let's talk about schooling as well. Where did you school?
So, junior high school. I mean, I grew up around Matayako, down Smart area.
Okay.
So I went to Adontin Senior High School, and then from there, I mean,
What
took
did you
some
study
years-
in Adonting?
General arts.
General arts.
Yeah.
Which options?
So I did government, CSR, literature, French.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then I moved from there. I mean, I didn't enter university straight away. I had to hustle small.
Why?
Lexis, if you know where you're coming from. So I keep saying this to people. What chases you or determines how you run?
Is what is chasing you.
Exactly. And so I know where I was coming from. So that was always at the back of my mind. When I'm out from this school, I don't think I'm going to university straight.
Oh, you knew that?
I knew that. You should know where your background. I know.
And that was because there was no money.
Exactly. So it's okay. Let me. So I plan everything. When I'm out of the school, I either have to work and get that money before I start school.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was
the plan.
the plan.
But as a young person, was there a certain career path you wanted to, or was there a profession that you wished you would get into?
Your job.
Are you serious?
So yeah. So
Like radio?
I remember I used to do that in class.
Ah.
I don't think I go interview people. So my friend told me, "You'll be a great person. You'll be on TV."
Wow.
But I didn't know it would be a different way. But in the same way, still in the media. And
Yeah.
I just thank
Wow.
God. But I went to GIJ.
Yeah.
But I didn't do journalism. I did PR.
You did PR. That's where you got your Bachelor of Arts in Communications?
Sadly, Unimark.
Ah. I see. So it means that this is a path that maybe at some point you'd still want to pursue.
Yeah.
Or now that you're a full-time entrepreneur making like a lot of money as a business owner, we can take our radio.
Now the media is broad, so
Yeah.
I also capitalize on the social media and also do
Yeah.
my part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I saw a
Advocate.
video of you, doing tutorials on how to keep a suede shoe and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, she's a natural. I see. So, okay. What about your dad? Did he ever have a conversation with you about profession?
My dad wanted me to be a journalist. Do you know why? She named me after a woman who was at I think Metro TV or so, TV Africa. She was called Edna.
Oh, really?
That's what he told me. And so I had that idea that there's a lady called Edna TV Africa, whatever. So she named me after her.
Oh, we need to find her.
He
Edna what?
I don't know. He used to teach her in school. My dad was very intelligent.
Okay.
Yeah, so he used to teach her in school.
I see.
And so then she came to Accra and moved to TV. So I think he named me after that woman.
Edna, so there's so many things that I need to help you do.
Sure.
Because we need to find Edna. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I need to find her.
We need to find Edna. You have a beautiful story.
Thank
Wow.
you.
But all along the line, your dad was a shoemaker.
You sure?
Now, tell me about how you picked it up and really what you can recall as a young person regards to that profession?
So I remember when we used to work at Matayako. He's still there. There's a Central University Road. You know, it's a busy road. So when people are passing by and they see that you're also helping out or hammering, they'll look at you, son. And I didn't take it in a bad way. I was like, okay, when I enter this profession, people will be admiring me.
Yeah.
I'll get the vibe. I'll get the whole euphoria around me. So why don't I? But it wasn't. I didn't take decision at that moment. I was just trying to help out so that I can
Yes.
also get money for school and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what will you do? So you also by the roadside with your dad.
Exactly. I'll help.
So what will you do? You'll be
So
stitching.
hammering, I mean, you hammer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's easy thing. So you hammer, you glue, you.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that he never let me do was to use the machine because of my hand.
Okay.
It can, yeah. So everything, cutting, you help me do this, blah blah blah, and we are all doing together. Yeah.
And at the time, was he fabricating the shoes from scratch? Or
Exactly.
he was just fixing them?
No, he does shoe from scratch. He's
Okay.
a shoemaker, not a cobbler.
Yeah.
So that's the difference.
Ah, right.
A cobbler is the
okay.
one who just made the shoe.
So he makes
He
the
makes the shoes.
shoes, gets the leather and
everything.
material and everything, cuts it to size,
Yeah.
and you helped with that.
Exactly.
So at what point did you realize that, okay, I'm falling in love with this thing?
So you see, my dad never learned the skill. It was a gift from God. He used to sell false shoe from Kumasi to Counter. And I don't know how it happened, but he never learned the skill. So I realized that, oh, God gave him the skill. Then it means it has to stay in the family.
Okay.
So if he's, and I wasn't seeing the benefit of it. He's working so hard. And I remember one day we went to one of his clients who come and buy shoe from us. And he said, Mona munye skaje. And that up to now, I still remember that man's words. Like, no, I have to change this narrative. No, it's not annoying. And it was so sad because it was working, but we were not getting the result. I was like, how?
Yeah.
But fortunately, because I went to school, I mean, the reason why you go to school is for knowledge, not for money. So I think let me also apply my knowledge sense here, and let me also and I get a lot. The good thing is I had a good team. I had good people I worked with. We came together. It's okay. You have the family vibe, the shoemaking vibe. Why don't we stick together and create something out of it? So yeah, I saw that my dad wasn't making anything out of it. I said, no, I'll change that status quo. I won't move from it because it was a gift. What if it's a pattern? You know, every family has a pattern. So maybe that was what God has given to me. And I'm the first child. I can carry the baton on.
Yeah. No, that's very impressive. If you're just joining us, this is Personality Profile, and this evening I got to hear the story of a very young lady who was known as the Shoemakergurl, mostly on social media, but her name is Edna Frimpong, and she's telling us how she actually decided to make a business out of her father's little, shop making shoes. Yeah. So after secondary school, you're convinced that you're not going to university because there's not enough money to do that. What work did you do at the time?
So I remember there's a lady everything was in the book. As a lady, she was a day student. So she has her auntie who gives nanny or house helps to people.
Okay.
So I took her number, the lady's number. So after school, like 2 days in the house, let me call this number. So I called her and it's okay. There's a vacancy at a house at Dome, and the woman wants someone to take care of her kids.
Okay.
I said, oh, why not? Even though I'm not that lazy, but I don't read. If I'm in my father's house, I won't be doing all these things. But let me move from a comfort zone and experience life. And I took that challenge. I remember I met the woman at 37, and she took me to Dome, Parakou Estate. The woman used to work at Vodafone headquarters, so yeah, but she's no more working there. And yeah, it was an amazing experience. So she had 2 kids. One was a baby, fresh baby boy, and a 2-year-old girl.
Wow.
And I've never. So you see how God works. He knew that if I don't move this girl from her father or whatever, she needs to learn the motherly skill. She needs to learn all this. So I wasn't baited. I was just okay. I was just enjoying the whole season. Yeah. Because it would just pass.
It was new to you as well.
Exactly.
Handling babies and little kids like a mother.
Exactly. So you see, when God gives you something, He empowers you to do that. That's something I have seen. Yeah. Because God knew that. Because sometimes when I say my daddy and I go and say somebody and I do well, the person's like, yo, Obano ya dia pound. But I can't. Also, you can't. I'm sorry, them. You can't say. So it means God knows that if I push her there, then for this girl to stay, I need to make sure I empower her so that she do all this, so that she'll be able to stay well. And I thank God. I remember I prayed to God, please help me wake up early, because I know I don't wake up early. Help me do this, and I mean that has helped me to become, at least I do a lot of things, and quite interested.
Wow. No, I just love your story and how it's woven up perfectly.
Yeah.
So after a couple of years, you decided that, okay, now I want to go back to school. Is that it?
No, so when I was there, I was working with so I was fortunate when I was in junior high school. I was sponsored scholarship, by the
Oh.
grace of God. When I learned, I also
You're a shock.
I am a first class student.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
so I'm
you're
a first student.
First class
student, PR student.
BA PR student.
3.7.
Are you
I'm
serious?
not joking, Lexis.
Girl. Oh man, you're amazing. Guys, I mean, if you're listening in, you can send us a WhatsApp message 055-1111997. Share your thoughts with me. Edna is amazing. Tell me more.
They helped me up to secondary school. But then I think it was up to secondary school. But then it was through me they opened employment opportunity in that company. But unfortunately, I had a senior who got the opportunity. So it's like I called them and said, "Oh, there's no vacancy yet." Whilst I was still at the woman's house. So I think a year later, and I had a call from them that, "Oh, Martin is going to school, so we need someone to replace her. So why not? I'll come." Then I moved from Dome and I came back to Nungwa to do the work with an NGO. I mean, they took care of us, so I also had to help them. And it was a good, amazing experience working as a social worker. Yeah. So once I was working with them, then fortunately I got some money. Then I bought forms. So I bought 3 schools. I bought GIJ and Legon and UPSA. I think I got all the 3 schools. And I chose Unimark TIG. Why? Because it was closer to me then.
Okay.
Yeah, and I chose weekend because I always want to work.
Yeah.
So that I can use a weekend for school.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. So now you've gone through your years of university education. You are out with a first class, a 3.7 GPA.
Yeah.
And I'm sure your father was expecting that you probably get a job in some media house or some company as some PR or something. Were those options available?
No, I was still working with him when I was schooling. So he knows I like business. So I was working with him whilst I was schooling and all that. But he knows I was working with the NGO. I think he didn't know the NGO has already collapsed due to COVID. So when COVID came,
Okay.
I had to lose my job.
Oh.
Yeah, because of, it was we had our funds from US and now they're not coming in again.
Yeah.
So we need to stop.
Yeah.
So I think, that's where I had to say, let me go back to shoemaking.
I see.
Yeah.
So then you went back to your father.
Yeah.
And by then you had completed school, or you were still in school?
I was still
You were
in
still in
school.
school,
Yeah.
okay,
I think it was second or first year. I was still in school.
Oh, that was early in the education.
So I did diploma first.
Right.
Diploma, you get to choose a career path, either PR or journalism.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do all together. So I know a lot about journalism and everything. So I think top up, then you decide to choose either PR or journalism. And I came and did top up.
Okay.
Yeah. So during all this process, I was still working with my dad.
You are still
with
working
the
with your
same shop,
dad, making the shoes.
So he does his own because he has his market. And I didn't tap into his market. And I also have my market because I was leveraging on social media. I will post on WhatsApp. First, I used to post on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Then later on, WhatsApp. Then somebody will say, we like this design. It's okay, we'll get it for you. We'll do it for you. Then we'll go. So until I chanced on LinkedIn. And I chanced on amazing people and now worked with. Then we came and formed Ahofade.
That's a very, very lovely story.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Lexis.
so now at this point, you had to more like separate yours from your dad's.
Yeah, because I don't like family business that much. Business is business.
For somebody who's made a business out of a father's
But you need
skill.
you need to be disciplined. If not, you won't get anything. And that's
But I thought that maybe you would want to rather co-opt your dad.
I was, but you see, Lexis. He's a grown up, and I don't want to step on toes, and I don't want to lose my blessings. So sometimes you need to.
How do you mean?
So, sometimes work ethics. So he's in another generation. We're in a new generation. Now, Lexis, if you buy a shoe and the shoe is not that popular like the one I'm wearing, you won't take it. You get it? So you have a way. We also have, the Gen Zs or whatever. We have our own way of doing things and all that. And we can still do business in having old, weird mentality still. We need to change things. So you see, like Bible say, can two work together unless they agree.
And you didn't agree with your dad?
I didn't agree with him when it comes to business, but I was only agree with him when it comes to family.
I'm trying to understand where the disagreement is.
It was just business ethics. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, and it will affect me, and I didn't want it to affect the relationship I had, so I need to make sure I pull away.
I'm sorry, but let me drill down a little bit. When you say the business ethics, what do you mean?
So sometimes we need to delay on orders, people's work, and all that, and so it's all about work. People's work is not done well. Complaints, excuses, and all that. I mean,
from your dad?
Yeah, and he said a grown man, so I don't want to disturb him a lot. So, okay, Dad, you do your own thing. I also do my own. At least you have a skill. You can work from it, and you're okay. And he said it was a peaceful agreement. It was not a big deal.
Was there not an opportunity to, use your newly acquired Gen Z knowledge or whatever it is, business ethics, to probably make his better or get him to align with more modern ways of operating a business?
That is the issue. We try. It's not limit. Sometimes I even go behind the scenes to let the people who have the idea, but it wasn't working. See, our fathers. It's like, hey, so no.
You just didn't see yourself working with your father like that.
No, it's not like I didn't see. We were not clicking when in terms of business.
Okay.
And the Bible says, "Can two work together?" And that's my principle. My principle in life. If it happens in every relationship. If we can't agree, we can't work it out.
There's no middle ground. There's no compromise.
Oh my no, but I still go to him. I mean, he has experience.
Yeah.
That one you can't take it away from him.
But I thought that maybe you need that experience in your setup as well.
But he helped out, but we still have to move. If I get a shine, I still come to him. So I need to make sure everything is perfect. So that when I get a shine, all this thing, he's there, but now he's listening, he's happy.
But don't you think he would have wished to work with you?
I don't think so. I think I have to ask him this question. I have to ask him.
Edna,
I have a lot of questions to ask.
We have to go and ask.
Yeah, we have to really plan because I have a lot to ask him. Yeah.
I see.
Thank you.
Oh, man. Well, it's very interesting. I just got a message from Bertha in Tema who says, wow, this girl is super amazing. I'm so inspired. I like her can-do spirit. God bless her.
Amen.
Yes. Thank you so much, Bertha, for your message as well. You can WhatsApp us on 055 1111997, or you can actually get on our Facebook page as well and share your comments in there, and then we'll actually read them. Okay. So now, you claim that you have a whole Gen Z way of doing things,
exactly,
right? And so you're setting up your business in a certain way that necessarily might not exactly conform with the archaic ways of doing things. Yeah. Share with me what you had to do to put this setup together as a business, not just as you helping your dad or doing your passion or whatever it is. What did you have to do to set it up and put it together like this?
So one thing I always do is to find myself around people who are higher than me in every aspect, so that I could learn from it. So I had to form a team with people who agree, then the same agreement with me, same likeness, same vision. Because if you don't have the same vision, we will collapse on the way. And so I had to come up with people who have the same vision as mine, who are it can be so good at something, but if you don't have the strategy, somebody behind financing and all that, it becomes difficult. You see, let me go to the Bible small, I'm coming. So you see, when God called Abraham, Lot followed. God never called Lot. But when Lot followed, he was also blessed. Association really matters. So the people that I came up with them to form the business was the defining moment for me. Trust me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who are these people? How did you meet them?
So you see, amazing thing is that I met them on social media, and it was amazing.
You met them on social media?
On LinkedIn. You'll
Wow.
be surprised. And people think, and if I don't tell you, people think, are you brothers or your family? Yeah, we are family. Yes.
Family?
Yes. And one is here right now. He's in his brother. Yeah. And he handles everything, every management, every finances, and Edna, you are doing it well, but you need more push. You need to do it well because, how can we compete with other fashion brands when we are not doing it well? And I believe in excellence. People
Yeah.
understand that. It's a language. So if it has to be done, it has to be done well.
Yeah. Okay, so now you have somebody who's handling your finances.
Someone who does finances,
Yeah.
strategy. So
Yeah.
so we have everybody playing their role: creative directors,
Wow.
the fashion designers. The guy I talked to you about, he's a fashion designer. He sews gowns and all that and dresses and design things for us. We have shoemakers. Not only me, we have a lot of shoemakers because the more there's demand, we need to get more hands on deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. What kind of leadership qualities come to play for you in making sure that all these different players, come together to
Vision. Vision is powerful. When someone has vision, even if the person is still eating gari in one single room, you still stick to that person because you know where the person is going. And so I look out for people who have vision, that their vision is clicking to mine. We have the same goal at hand. I look out to that. I look out for also honest people because sometimes I don't trust myself that enough. So I want people around me who I can trust them. Yeah. So honesty, vision, people, and the God-fearing factor. Yes, the God-fearing factor. It's different from fearing God and going to church. You can go to church and still not fear God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The shoemaking industry is male dominated largely.
Very.
I know a lot of brands, local brands,
Yeah.
which are male dominated brands. I don't think there are many women who are shoemakers,
They're not.
right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, and why do you think women are not in that industry?
Thank you. I think first of all, it's our orientation. Our orientation, or how the society is like. We have some professions that are male friendly or female friendly label, and so if you choose shoemaking, engineering or whatever, or mechanic, it's for the men. And we have some doctors, lawyers. You need to be a woman, but I think society needs to redefine. You need to redefine your own success. Go by your own template. And that's one thing I stood out for. I need to have my own template. I can't go by what everybody else is going. And I want to be sometimes the world celebrates people who are different.
Yeah.
I want it to be just different.
Yeah.
The world celebrate people who are like that. So why not?
What were the challenges in this journey as a shoemaker girl?
First, people doubt your ability. And so they don't even pay you according to your worth. Yeah, I mean, over me, we are mama Oscar. Recently, one came to the shop and say, Ghana made none boy things. Somebody that we use our hands to make these. We're going by the same foreign brand, and he will be very happy. Again, the pressure wasn't coming from them because I grew up around people who are shoemakers, so I was okay with them. I mean, my area, shoemakers are around there, so it wasn't a big deal. But sometimes the client, some people come to my DM, are you not shy?
Are you not shy
of the job or the career I am boasting myself about? Shoemaker, the job that pays fees, that pay bills. Why? How? Why should I be shy? Why shall I shy?
Shall I shy for you? I see. What would you say is your proudest moment in this journey?
The fact that I have a lot of proudest moments, but one that stood out for me is the fact that I've seen that I have grown. The journey has grown. The brand has grown. Now, when you talk about our brand, the Ahofade, especially on LinkedIn, we are all over the place.
Yeah.
And I feel fulfilled that at least when my dad could not, I and other people are able to push that too. And so I think I'm happy about that. Now, at least I can also boost my mind. I also have a work I do.
Yeah.
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 And I'm so happy
Lots of
about
people are watching you on Facebook. I'm so excited because I'm seeing lots of messages. They're showing you so much love. If my team can actually go through the messages, I think I got a message from Gifty Annan on Facebook who says, I'm enjoying every bit of this conversation. Ruth Nketia says, our favorite shoemaker girl. Guys, keep scrolling down because I saw some long messages down there. Kwesi York says, interesting story. Samuel Adi actually says, Edna was a student at sister school in Mamprobi.
Yeah.
She was very focused in JHS at Mamprobi. Oh, that's cool. All right, I've seen a message from Stephen Opong. Bridget as well sent in a message. Somebody says, Gifty actually says, the girl just put the first class card on us. Roast us. Yeah. And Bridget Apia says, I perfectly agree. I perfectly get Edna. Generational differences play a key role in business. Thank you so much. You can also send us a WhatsApp message on 055 1111997. What's your biggest regret?
I mean, it will still be but my mom.
Yeah.
Not having that kind of relationship with her.
So we can make a deal?
Yes.
It's not too late to build it. Right?
Sure, it's not too late.
So maybe from here, maybe tomorrow, we're going to give her a call.
Sure.
Is that a deal?
Sure, a deal.
Okay, great. What's the biggest lesson the whole of life has taught you?
Nobody thinks you're a big deal. So when you find people who will go do everything for you, stick to them. You see, everybody's going through difficulties, everything in life. So some people don't really care about you. You think you are posting, you think somebody is watching you, but sometimes you cannot dream pony also. So you see, when you get people who are always there, not only in your good times, in your difficult times, they are there, they stick by you. You need to keep them. But I've also learned something, that we can't have people around all the time. Times and seasons.
Yeah.
People will leave. You don't have to regret. You just have to let it go. Enjoy the memory while they leave. I mean, they will not be there forever. So some people I left my life and I was like, oh God, why? But I had to pray to God. If it's His will, that's fine. But if it's not His will, you should do something about it and all that. But one thing is that when you leave my life, I'll still move on. I have to pray to God. God, give me the grace to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Oh, I think one of my regrets.
okay.
You see, I told you I applied for 3 schools. During that moment, so I was thinking, my brother's going to take care of me to school. Not my blood brother, my cousin. But then
Yeah.
my dad helped him, so it was like a brother because I served him. So I was thinking he was not going to take care of me to school. So when I bought the forms, he also bought forms of masters. And during that moment, I was staying with him, but he said, one day he came back from work, he said, no, I can't stay with you again. Somebody has bought forms for school and there's no money. I've lost my job too as well. And I don't know what I don't know what I did. So he took everything in the room. It was left with my carpet, because that one, my dad bought that one. And everything, even salt, he took it. So I remember I had a picture of it, but I don't know where it is. I could have put it in a book. And so when I came to the house, he has already left. And I sat down with my admissions on the floor and I said, God, do your will. And I got the pieces and I moved on.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about you listening, but I'm inspired by Edna's story. And I think that all of Ghana should support this young, amazing lady who's doing great things with her fashion brand called Ahofade.
Ahofade. Yeah.
Tell us about it, and for those who are listening, where they can find it.
Okay, so we're on Instagram, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, Ahofade. But now we have opened a shop.
That?
Ahofade.
Okay, Ahofade.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
So,
So what
it's
found
like, good. Oh, you're good.
Anything that you may have found
Ah,
one better
mommy
here.
was So yeah,
Hey.
but the 2nd May we opened our first showroom
Oh
on
wow.
Spinkters Road, Redemption Plaza. I mean Spinkters KFC here. Yeah, we open our physical shop. So now when we enter, everything Ghana made. We're just
Wow.
trying to also put our government said we should do what beyond whatever. So our way of also helping the country is to project what we have. People have some perception about Ghana made, and we want to challenge that status quo, and we'll
Okay.
definitely get there.
Good stuff. No, I think you will, and I'm happy that you're taking this step. If you're listening in today, if you've listened to the story of Edna, I'd want you to patronize her stuff. Look it up. Look up Ahofade and support her business. I really want to see this lady's brand go very far and become one of the top brands in Ghana and probably Africa as
Amen.
well. And I'm very sure when you see it up there, you remember this conversation that we had on Personality Profile.
Yeah.
And you say that that's the lady I listened to on Lexis Bill's show who's doing great things. So please look up Ahofade and look up Edna and support her in her business. Buy from her, and I'm sure you'll be glad you did. Lots of messages this evening. I'm so surprised. Cassandra in Castor says, "You're amazing, Edna. Keep the fire burning. Love you." I, Sir Walters, wish Edna tremendous success. Good evening, Alexis. This lady is super talented. I love her confidence and mindset. She's indeed a brave woman, and I like her. God bless her. From K. Danso in Afienya, Mataiko. I just got a message from Laura, Edna's sister, and I just want to tell her that she should keep on doing the good work. God richly bless her. Okay. And Jeffrey Jan also says, Edna, you're an inspiration. Glad to know you're an old student of Adontin Secondary School. Adosa. Is that it? Adosa. Okay. Thank you so much, Edna.
Thank you too.
I'm so happy you came by.
Thank you.
And what about the book, though? Where do we get it?
So you can call me if I can put my number on.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So you can call me on 059 151 4966. 059 151 4966. Or you just go on LinkedIn, look for me, or Instagram or Facebook. Edna will attend to you.
Thank you for inspiring me.
Thank you.
No, I'm totally inspired, honestly. I love your can-do spirit.
Thank you.
And I'm sure the one listening is also very inspired. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
I'm Lexis Bill, and Uncle Ken will be on your radio this evening very shortly. Thank you so much for spending time with us on Personality Profile. Next week, I've got a very, very interesting conversation as well that you wouldn't want to miss. So stay tuned into Joy 99.7 FM.